This just in, Georgia's still elite, or Georgia still sucks.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is good, everybody? This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by Game Time. Enter promo code Locked On College, $20 off your first purchase. He is Daniel. I am Clint. The confluence of which is Locked On Bulldogs. Again, still riding high from this weekend. What an experience. If you
Still
were the
recovering spiritually, emotionally.
If you were the man that I locked eyes with behind me by 3 rows.
White hat, turned around backwards, Clint and you staring at each other for the entire fourth quarter. Reach out to us.
Reach out. I need to know your name.
LockedOnBulldogs@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Daniel and I in the fourth quarter said we got to change things up. We normally stand the entire game, every game we go to, even at home, we stand the entire time. We didn't. We stood for the whole fourth. I turned my back on the entire game, and I locked eyes with the gentleman. And first time I did it, 3 and out. Second time I did it, turned around, this man in the white hat just did one of these. He said, you and me the whole time. Here we go.
I was giving my man play-by-play for the fourth quarter because he was not watching the game. You're welcome. What you have to do is the thing that we're trying to say. But still riding high off this Ole Miss win, still recovering. Yeah. We've heard from Kirby post-game. We've had some time to digest. We needed a little bit of extra time because my man was traveling. He's got a long flight back home from the Southeast. But we're back here now, ready to relay some more thoughts, Clint. And so I'm going to open it up to you. I'm going to let you kick things off as you look back.
Yeah. And
look forward at this Georgia team, where we are right now, what you saw on Saturday. What are the things that truly stand out that you want to open with today?
Okay. I have, I think, 3 big thoughts.
Okay. All right. Let's start with the first one.
Thing 1.
Okay.
Gunnar Stockton.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Is, in fact,
go on,
the best quarterback
in
the nation.
What? In the state of Georgia?
Nope. Try again.
In the Southeastern Conference?
Nope. Try again.
Okay. In the whole daggum country, Clint?
Now, I'm going to have to show my work. Let me just start again with this. Pass efficiency was the best in the last 10 years of any college football game ever conceived in the last 10 years.
Now, in the last 10 years, there haven't been any good college quarterbacks. Have there been?
Better than Sellers, better than C.J. Stroud, better than the best quarterback of all time, Stetson Bennett. Better than all of them. Okay. 84 completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, no touchdowns. I'm not done. Hey, Ohio State fan that want to beat your chest. By the way, you're not the best team in the nation. The best team in the nation is in the SEC. It's not Georgia, by the way. The best team is Alabama. I'm going to get to that. That's my second big thing that I want to get to.
Okay.
But my first big thing, you're going to be telling me, well, what about Sayin? Julian Sayin is the guy who's leading the Heisman conversation. Okay, great. Let me just –
He's not, first of all. The best quarterback in the Big Ten, quarterbacking the best team in the Big Ten is leading the Heisman conversation right now.
Mendoza,
yeah.
Ty Simpson. You want to talk about these names? I'll talk to you. I will have a conversation because those guys are slinging it around the yard.
As is one Gunnar Stockton.
Let's just go to saying, you want to tell me, well, he has 1,800 passing yards and 19 touchdowns. We'll get to that in a moment. Who's that against? Gunnar Stockton, conversely, 1,500 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. Saying has 3 interceptions. Better rated quarterback, by the way. It's Gunner, but I digress. Let's go to the rushing stats. This is where things go a little sideways for Bo. 329 rushing yards for Gunner, 17. That's just the scramble drill. I'm about to get whacked, so I need to get out of here. No touchdowns, 7 touchdowns for Gunner Stockton. You add it all together, he has a better quarterback rating than saying he has nearly the same yards. He has nearly the same touchdowns. And oh, by the way, do you want to go toe-to-toe on the opponents that Ohio State has played? Because
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do. Because outside of Alabama, you have every right to talk your talk about your schedule. You've handled business. I think you're the best team in the entire nation. Ohio State has no one. They play. I know you played Texas to start.
Okay.
Texas was outgained passing yards, rushing yards by Kentucky. They had more penalty yards than Kentucky. They got outclassed by Kentucky.
Okay.
Stop.
That's your marquee win if you're Ohio State.
But Minnesota.
Gunner Stockton, no, there's never been a more Big Ten statement than but Minnesota, and then the rest of a sentence. Gunner Stockton is, in fact, a premier quarterback in college football. You and I, never been more wrong about a football team in our entire lives. A couple of idiots thought that this was going to be a top 5 defense, and if we could just get serviceable quarterback play, average or slightly above average quarterback play, that Georgia would have a chance to be a championship caliber team. Never have two buffoons been more wrong about anything in our entire lives than us. This is truly an abomination of a defense. And Gunner Stockton is one of the best quarterbacks in America, period. He continues to do it. Paul Feinbaum, by the way, says Gunner Stockton is him. I'm sorry, Paul. Please shut your idiot mouth. Because you don't get to come back around and say the things now when you've already said all the things before. Now, Gunner Stockton, performance of like a truly a Heisman moment. Yes. Truly a season-defining moment against Ole Miss. 34 first downs Georgia had in this game. Lane Kiffin talked about it in the postgame press conference. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get 34 first downs in a game? Like that.
You said that number, and I legitimately started going through in my mind's eye like all the games I've seen box score, which, by the way, Daniel and I are old enough to just do box scores on newspaper. Okay, like that's how.
Let's not
talk
about our. Okay, you don't need to talk about our age here on the. That's not. People are listening on audio and assuming that we are very young. Because of all of our cultural references that we make, people assume that we're very young. Then they tune in and they say, oh, that's what Clint looks like. And then they meet us and they say, oh, that's what Clint looks like.
Screw you. I've never seen a box score like that, Daniel. That's Madden numbers.
It's crazy. The ball control, Mike Bobo, Gunner Stockton can't be overstated. We're coming back. Clint's got more things that he wants to discuss, but first, these
are, in fact, Monarch. Let's be honest, most of us can't even name all of our financial accounts, let alone what they're worth. That's why we started using Monarch, all-in-one personal finance tool that brings every single financial piece together. Clean, easy-to-use interface, laptop or phone. I love that I can review everything with my partner, see our shared goals, make better financial decisions together. Monarch's visual dashboards, smart tools, easy to understand. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use promo code LOCKEDONCollege at monarch.com for 50% off your first order. That's monarch.com, Locked On College for half off your first year. But that's not all, Daniel. We also have FanDuel. FanDuel's fantastic. You love them. I love them. We all love them.
Money.
That's where we go. And guess what? The NFL season's here. FanDuel, you don't want to miss out on this offer because right now, new customers, you bet $5, you get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5 and it hits. You unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It makes watching football even more exciting when you got a little something riding on the action. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started.
Clint, you said you had a couple more items on the agenda that you wanted to get off your chest. Where do you want to go next?
These two parlay into each other.
All right, let's go there. Okay.
So stick with me, and then we're going to come back in the third. We're going to ask you, Daniel, you got that aunt that comes around for Christmas who doesn't know you at all, has no concept of who you really are or what you like or appreciate.
Okay.
Christmas time comes around and you get, lo and behold, a present from Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And you open it and it is neither something that you want.
Okay.
Which is fine. You can have that sometimes as a Christmas present. Not what you want, but maybe something that you need. You know, maybe you actually do need that pen and journal or a pair of socks and you laugh at it. But all of a sudden, when you're low on laundry, you're like, you know what? These socks
Good thing I got these.
Good thing. Yeah. So maybe it's not what you want, but maybe it's something you need.
Okay.
Well, this Georgia defense is not like that auntie at all. They give you presents, but it's not what you want nor what we need. Okay. And we're just left with a maze, a little ball maze with $100 inside of it. Clear plastic thing trying to get the ball through. And you never get it done, so you can never take the money out of that damn thing. That's just Georgia defense. Now, I said, overreaction show, it's painful. I love good defenses. This is actually a 10-7 game that comes down to a game-winning field goal at the end. I'm here for it. Guys,
it's a heck of a time.
I'm here for it.
Heck of a motor carriage.
The heck of a motor carriage. So you might be thinking to yourself, Clint, you hate this year. Well, I in fact have some feels of this year. Because that's not it. I'm going to parlay that with what I think I could say is we've gone toe-to-toe with three of the best offenses in all of America. Oh, Alabama's an efficient offense.
They are.
Very, very efficient. Tennessee, explosive offense. Ole Miss, no one stopped them so far. Explosive. I'm here to tell you, this defense is currently not giving you what you want nor what you need. And I can't sugarcoat that. It's awful.
No. Yeah.
But here's the wild thing to me about college football and what we've seen so far. Can it get worse than this, Daniel? I legitimately ask you. Can it get worse than what we've seen with the schedule we played? Again, Alabama, you get more credit than us, but we've faced a very difficult schedule on the road. Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, three of the better offense in the entire nation. Can it get worse than this? Can the auntie come with a worse present than she did last year?
The question you ask is basically, if you listen to CJ Allen post game, it's kind of exactly what he said, right? He seemed annoyed with the way that the defense has been performing, obviously so. And he said, we've got nowhere to go but up, which is essentially using different words to say the same thing that you're saying, which is it can't get any worse than this. To which I would say,
okay, here we
go. We performed worse against the Ole Miss offense than Washington State and Kentucky and every other team they've played on their schedule. We performed worse against the Tennessee defense than Alabama did, than Mississippi State did. We've performed worse. We only gave up 24 points to Alabama. And so overall, it doesn't look like that bad of a performance. We gave up 24 points, though, in the first half to Alabama, which is the most they've scored in a half all year, except to when you factor in Louisiana Monroe, certainly to an SEC team. It gets worse when bad offenses find success against this team. So, yes, you are absolutely correct. We've played 3 of the better offenses in America, Clint. Up next is Florida and Texas. These are 2 really bad offenses, like offenses that have shown no life. Can we agree on that? Before we get into game weeks, is that a fair statement? These offenses are bad.
I'm not exaggerating when I say to you, Mississippi State's offense is better than Texas. I'm not hyperbolic with that statement.
These offenses are bad offenses, led by quarterbacks that make bad decisions.
Horrible.
So Georgia's defense.
Yeah.
2 games.
Yeah.
Coming off a bye week. It can get worse. It gets worse when you allow those offenses to start clicking against you, because there's no excuse. You're now 8 games into the season. You're coming off your second bye if you're Georgia.
Yeah, that's right.
You're going up against 2 really bad offenses. There's no more, we got to get it fixed. If we don't see good performances, here's the kind of the catch-22, and it's unfair. If we see 2 decent performances from this Georgia defense,
what are you going to feel?
Nothing.
I'll
still remember we're going to have to play good offenses in the college football playoff, and I'll be scared to death of them. But if we see 2 bad performances, if we give up 28 and 31 points respectively to Florida and Texas, I'm telling you, Clint, I don't know that there's coming back from that. I don't care if we win both games 45-28 and 45-31. I don't care.
You know, Daniel, I just realized something. This Georgia defense, this Georgia team, the Venn diagram of you and I and this Georgia team, pretty similar. Because we keep falling up.
They both suck, but somehow they're still around.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They both make horrible decisions.
Okay.
They can't be killed. The biggest factor they got is they just keep showing up the next day.
Hard to kill. That's this.
You know, you may have just talked me into really liking and appreciating this.
No, I was just about to say that's why I hate them so much, because they're just like us. So say less. If you're trying to get me to feel more negative feelings towards this Georgia team, you just nailed it. We'll be right back, and I will tell you the most frustrating thing I saw at Sanford Stadium on Saturday afternoon right after this.
But first, I want to let you know, game time. College football is back. Couldn't be more excited. Tailgates, rivalries, energy in the stands. We celebrated all of those things.
All those things, and we celebrated with game time. That's the reason for the season.
We literally got into it. That's why we did use game time. App gives advantage back to the fans. Easy to score last-minute tickets, which, again, we're doing this. It was fantastic. We got into the 300 level because of game time. We were there next to all wonderful people, Dog fans and Ole Miss fans, that stop fist bumping children you don't know.
Don't touch children. That's a rule that I don't think needs to be. Everyone should just live by that rule. Also, guy in the white hat, reach out.
Guy in the white hat. We loved it, and we were there because of game time. Game time is fantastic. Take the guesswork on buying tickets. Use promo code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, promo code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download game time today. You told the people that you had. We've talked about the defense not being able to stop people. Mm-hmm. We've talked about Gunnar Stockton and Mike Bobo. We've talked about Ole Miss fan, and we've talked about buffoons who want to go for 2 when 1 will do just fine. Yep. These are all things we've experienced and talked about so far in the 2 shows post game. You said the most frustrating thing. The most frustrating thing I saw on Saturday wasn't on the field.
and it wasn't in the stands. It was on the video board, Clint. And it was on the video board more than once.
Okay.
3 to 4 times that I counted it. And it was a phrase, a tagline, if you will.
Were you upset that this tagline wasn't truthful?
No, it wasn't that I was upset at its falsehood.
Okay.
I was upset at the way that it was being promoted. The tagline was nobody, and I quote,
yeah,
if you're an Alabama fan listening because you have nothing better to do with your life, first of all, welcome. And second of all, you should absolutely run with this.
You should.
The tagline that Georgia is promoting in their own stadium is, and I quote, nobody takes a punch like this Georgia defense. And that's the end of the tagline. Okay. Number one, that's horrifyingly embarrassing. You are saying in no uncertain terms, no one gets kicked in the face like we do. Like no one is a punching bag like we are. No one gets beaten up on. And I know the gist of it is like takes a punch and then comes back. A, you're not saying that. But B, we still should not be. This should not be a thing that we're promoting. And it's just a silly video board thing, whatever. There's a resiliency to this team, Clint. There's a togetherness to this team.
Absolutely.
There's a relentless effort to this team. There's a belief that this team has. All of those are good things.
Great things.
But I'm hearing a lot of we're hard to kill. Nobody takes a punch like us. They're starting to become like an identity of this team that we get kicked around for a while and then we turn it around and we come back and everything's fine. I hate that. Like that is categorically unacceptable. And I don't know that that's being promoted certainly by Kirby Smart. He wants to be, there's no scoreboard. There's no such thing as a scoreboard. You go out and you play relentless effort and whatever. But I know you got to say what you got to say to try to motivate these kids in the place that they're in. And the place that they're in is getting the crap kicked out of them at the beginning of games. But at some point, pride has to win the day. And you have to come out and dominate somebody and not be the punching bag. You have to be Mike Tyson, not the punching bag for all 4 quarters.
Seabisic's a really good story. Okay.
Sure.
The horse that was used to train other horses, never got to win, always took his long. But it was a good story because you know what he did finally, Daniel?
What's that?
He finally stopped being Seabiscuit. And started being a championship-winning horse. Mm-hmm. We can talk about this all day long. Yeah, let's. Oh man, tough as nails. No quitting these dogs. Never out of a fight. All things that are very, very good, like truly good qualities.
Yep.
However, when it's some of your only qualities, that's when it gets. You want to lean back into the reserves on this type. You want to have this as the backbone culture, not the foreplate of your culture. You don't want it right out in front. You want it in the backbone.
Sure. And listen, I get Georgia's had a tough road. And Georgia did play well against Kentucky. They came out early. Yep. They did not do like Ole Miss did and mess around with Kentucky and nearly lose the game because their coach wasn't smart enough to start the better quarterback from the beginning of the season. he waited until there was some sort of fake injury in order to start the quarterback that was the best. Georgia has taken care of business in the one SEC game that they've played against inferior competition. Georgia's going to come into some more of those, some more games against lesser teams, right? Ole Miss is better than anybody left on our schedule, and I'm including Georgia Tech. And I mean, it's about that time for me to start saying, I mean all the disrespect that sounds like I mean, okay? Ole Miss is better than any team left on our schedule. Alabama's better than any team that we will play except Alabama in the college football playoff.
Correct.
Tennessee on the road is probably as tough of a game as we will have until we get into the postseason. So it's not like these games have been cupcakes and Georgia's been playing with their food, but the way in which Georgia has been coming out and getting whipped in these games. Like, whipped, Clint.
Here's what I need on the defensive side. Something beautiful I saw that we did not give him his flowers at all.
Okay.
Juan Gaston plays downhill, and like he doesn't know somebody else is bigger, faster, stronger, or better than him. See, the mentality is not, I'm going to face some tough adversity defensive line. I'll take my licks and I'll go back. I'll get back at him. His mentality is, there's no one bigger. There's no one stronger. There's no one faster. And I will put you in the ground so that you can't make any plays.
There's no man in town half as manly, is what you're trying to say.
Have you seen anybody with more chest hair than Juan Gaston? I haven't.
5 dozen eggs. He's roughly the size of a barge. He just has a mindset about him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Nobody in Georgia's secondary has that mindset. I promise you that.
I watched a play. I went back and watched the game.
I'm sorry to hear it.
I am too. Ole Miss catches another pass on the outside quick pass game.
Yeah. Guess what? Was it a check at the line of scrimmage, Clint? Was it they saw the coverage and looked over at Lane, and he's waving his hands like a madman, and they just checked right into that? Okay, cool.
I watched KJ Bolden run to the sideline. Defender, he could have met him at the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him pull up 2 yards before the sideline, Daniel. As that goes out of bounds.
It's not the defense just does not have that downhill, I don't care, relentless attacking. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. It's so frustrating with this defense. The scheme seems bad.
Yep.
The motivation seems completely gone.
Yep.
And yeah, there's just a general lack of want to, it feels like, from this Georgia defense. It's got to get fixed. It surely has to be fixed in these next couple of weeks against Florida and Texas. We will see. We've got lots more to discuss about this Georgia football team, all the rest of the teams in the SEC, Georgia's college football playoff aspirations, what we're looking for in the bye week, who we think might be stepping up in the second half of the season. All of that and more coming up on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.